Hello everyone, continuation to the previous session. LSPV. Here we have three disks. So for example, let's see LSPV. Here allocatable equal to yes. This means we can use the PPs of this disk. Now I don't want to use this PPs. How to disable? chpv -a n h disk 3 LSPV h disk 3. Here allocatable equal to no. Now I'm going to create one LV using this disk. What happened? mklv -y test lv tjfs vg name data vg number of lvs 2 h disk 3. It shows error. Yes, physical volume h disk 3 is not allocatable. This means we can't use this h disk. How to make it active? chpv -a y h disk 3. Now see lspv h disk, it's allocatable equal to yes. Now here we have three disks, right? lspv, sorry, four disks. So is there is any situation this disk got damaged, so we need to replace that one. So before going to that, the pv state is active, so we are going to remove state. So how to do? chpv -v or h disk 3 lspv h disk 3. So here the disk is in removed state. We can replace with a new disk and mount it as chpv -v a h disk 3 lspv h disk 3. Now it's active state. Here one more example, lspv in what disk we did operation h disk 3. H disk 3 is the part of data vg. Data vg is having one more disk also, so h disk 1. Now we have uh, only one disk in big vg. If we have only one disk in any vg, we can't move into the state pv state into removed state. So let's see. Now try chpv fnvr h disk 2. We should get error. So here what is the error? The physical volume h disk 2 has open logical volumes. Here see lsvg-l big vg. We have one open logical volume. So we need to unmount that one. Now lsvg, so all are in closed state. So this is the open state for mount point. This is the log file. Now chpv -vr h disk 2. Here also we should get error. Can't remove the delete our physical volumes. Why? Because it has only one disk. We have one more option for volume group, lsvg big vg. Here auto on is S. Now making into disable chvg fnan big VG lsvg big VG. This means when the system is comes up, the VG should be in vary off state. So without auto mounted, auto on. So we need to run vary on VG command. Now while we creating any volume group, so the default physical partition pp size should be assigned by default. Here we can mention 32 by default based on the disk size. Here some example, the physical disk volume should less than 300 MB. It's a 2 MB is the pp size. 300 to 4 GB is a 4 MB is the pp size. 4 to 8 it's 8 MB. 8 to 16 also 32 for 16 and 32 GB and so on. Now LSVG big VG. Here we have total pp size is 5088 MB, but the original disk size boot info FNS H disk 2, this one is 5120. So where is the remaining space? This space is occupied by VGDA, means volume group descriptive area. This means when we create any volume group, the VGDA is created by default internally. If one PV is in a volume group, we have two VGDAs. Let's see, this is a VG, let's assume. If we have only one PV, then we have two volume group based on the quorum. Quorum. Here, what is quorum? Quorum is a method by which 51% or more VGDA count it must maintain on any volume group. What quorum is checking by use of LVM to resolve possible data conflicts, also prevent data corruption. What it contains VGDA? It contains information about volume group, logical volume, physical volumes also. It will voting for quorum. Quorum will maintain 51% of VGDA count. If any changes on LV, the LV extension, deletion, expansion, each information will resides in VGDA, but and also it will sync. The VGDA information is up to date with every sync. If we have here only one PV, the VGDA count is 2. If we have two PVs, the VGDA count is 3. Why? Because if any disk got failure, for example, this disk got failure, the VGDA count will maintain as 2. If this disk got failure, the VGDA information is created here. If we have three PVs in a disk, we have 3 VGDA count. If we remove any disk from here, it will automatically create one more VGDA in PV1 or PV2. If we have 4 disks in a VG, we have 4 VGDA count. We can view the VGDA information also. Read VGDA, then PV name. This is the VGDA information. At what time we created LV information PV information, everything. Auto variant, checksum, size, sync, snapshots. If we have any snapshots count is also there. Block size, LVs, max size, every information we can see in LS LV also. Here also same information is kept. Here DFF and G. Here we have test mount. Test mount. Total size C in KB. We have this much space, but free is this much only. What happened to the LV? Previously we see in VGs. Now here LV. So here LV is also containing LVCB, logical volume control block. This means every LV, for example, this is the LV we have, it is divided into LPs. So the first 12 bytes, it contain LVCB information. The first 12 bytes. What it contains? It contains the information about the creation of logical volume, information about the mirrored copy and mount point. Now, how to read LVCB information? Get LVCB hyphen capital AT test LV. This is the LVCB information. For example, one disk got damaged. How Quorum knows if the disk is got damaged? It will automatically, it not it doesn't know when read and write operations is done on any volume group, then only the PV has a VGDA information. So based on that, if a VGDA information is updated or not, based on that, the quorum will know. LSVG, LSLV, hyphen L, big VG. Here we have LV in sync state. If not in sync state, how to synchronize? Let's see. Here we have only one disk. Let's see another. LSVG-L data VG. Let's take this one. MK LV copy Oracle LV 2. So, okay, 2 H disk 3. See here, this is in stale. Here, stale means the disk is not corrupted. It's stale means that LV is not in sync. How to do sync? syncvg hyphen L. L means name list, VG name, LV name, Oracle LV. See here, open and sync. For example, if LVs are in sync only, but VG is showing a stale. For that reason, run syncvg -v data VG. All the LVs in that VG are sync. The difference between mirror VG and MKLV copy. Mirror VG, what it will do means it will create one more copy and run syncvg or synclv command. Syncvg. Mirror LV MKLV means just copy that logical value. If mirror VG is enabled, then Quorum is also disabled. Why? Because it's a high availability. Mirror VG mechanism is a copy of all LVs one PV to another PV. We can remove the mirroring also using unmirror VG. VG name, PV name. Here nothing.